Kia ora and welcome to another daily flight in Sparrow Warfare, the upcoming game from Neon Aurelius. I'm Sweet Toons and I like to play computer games, and I particularly enjoy helping to playtest, find bugs, find kinks, and help developers make the game the best it can be before it gets released. So, today's flight, we are in the way of fire, so what we're looking at doing is getting fire onto our bosses, particularly try and take down their hit points before they wake up. Our modifiers, we have Headstart, so we're going to start with a random world tile that helps us with our hand, helps to modify it and make it better. We've got Peacocking. Now we've had Peacocking a few times recently, and this is where we get no defense tiles, but we have Peacock's Pride, gives us 3 defense for every bird on the screen, and 1 copy of Shields Up, which is a boss tile that helps us and keeps our defense for a certain number of turns. And alongside this we have In the Face of Danger, which I really enjoy as a modifier. We gain strength whenever an opponent appears. So this plays really nicely with Peacocking because we want to have a lot of birds on the screen, so we can use our Peacock's Pride and our Shields Up to build up a decent amount of defense. And if we draw out more birds, we'll get strength, which then helps us with the attack tiles to take out those birds. So this should be quite fun, and let's get into it. I'm playing a little bit later than usual, which means that the light from my screen is a bit more glary, so apologies as I change colour through the game. Right, so we'll do our usual of just take out Sister Claws, and we've got a lot here. I'm actually going to discard those because I can use Flight School and Way of Fire, so we'll have the getting upgrades with our Flight School for 4 turns and the Way of Fire. And yeah, Loxley and Bridget, brilliant. So what I can do here is just use the Peacock's Pride as a 4, and while that's not quite enough to defend against Bridget, we have plenty of flame here to not only take out Bridget, but get some decent fire on to the beekeeper. So here's our Shields Up, and what's really nice is that this has just come out when we've got 6 strength on us, so our we can keep our defense at the end of the turn for potentially 11 turns. But the first thing I'm going to want to do is, it's a little bit of a waste of the fire, but I want to actually build up that before I take out Possibility, because if we're going to keep my defense for 11 turns, I want as much defense as possible. So we've got 72 defense. I'm just gonna, we can do an upgrade, so I'm going to upgrade that so I can then have a a 7, 8 and a 9, and whatever the magic 8 ball gives me. Oh, nice. So get another Peacock's Pride, which I can play out with the fire. Not enough to take out Fluff Justice, but we're not really going to have to worry too much about defense for a little bit. And as we did before, we'll use the flame just to build up that defense, because as soon as we start attacking we risk taking out those nice birds. But we can now do that. Lose fluff justice, but take Shah down and a little bit of flame on Zeus. I'm just going to get rid of that low value attack. And so, debating whether to draw a tile. Yeah, I'm just going to discard that and get an... Oh, we can upgrade. And I'm going to upgrade that to a 9. Ah, brilliant. Grab out a Swooperoni. Oh, no. Start off with taking out Zeus, rather than wasting the fire. Swooperoni for a little while, but we'll potentially be facing the Beekeeper for a few turns, so that doesn't matter too much. Right, so we've still got plenty on our defence, so we can use the Peacock's Pride also to give us that end of the run, so a 7, and similarly use that to make it a 4 on a 2, 3, 4. So this is one of the handy things with the wild tiles, is they can actually extend out your run up a level. Again, a little bit more of an attack. And we're actually at the point where it doesn't matter about the Swooperoni, because we'll take the Beekeeper out now anyway. And go into the next level. And nicely going in with a decent amount of followers, meaning that we can we've got a good choice of effects that we can take should we need and be in that position. So again, I will get my flight school for a decent amount of time, and we can start taking down the Falconer and just get rid of those low values, because what we are going to want here is to be drawing out a decent number of birds, because that improves our strength. Right, now we don't yet have our shields up, so I am going to do a little bit of fire here and get the bomb going for next time. And alright, get the overspill of that flame onto the Falconer. So this is nice again, particularly as I don't have to worry too much about defence. Coop Fear, be nice to be able to take him down by 10. But we'll build up the defence first. A few attacks there, and then I'll take Coop down to below 50 and take them out and keep all of our defense, which is nice. Just buzz this time, so that's not bad. We'll get our new magic 8-ball. Right, is actually going to be worth trying to draw out some more bird tiles. Yeah. And actually that's interesting, with second coming being flame proof, I can actually use it to throw fire at the falconer without having to worry too much, and then given the falconer's about to wake up anyway, I don't mind hitting him a couple of times. So Craven Ravens as the last opponent, and we don't have to worry too much about him being taken out before we can get the extra defense, because he's always got a decent amount of hit points, or they've got a decent amount of hit points, there's two of them. And I'm just going to leave it at this one, get a little bit of fire from the falconer, but hopefully we've got enough going. Ooh. 5, 6 and a 7, just to get that extra little bit of defense before taking out. 2, 3 and a 4. And I can boost these up. So this is not bad in terms of tiles that we're getting, and now just being able to keep throwing fire at the falconer and drawing again is very handy. And this is the joy of peacocking, that, as I've said in previous runs, being able to not have the defense tiles means we just effectively got lots of aggressive tiles, and it doesn't take long to take out the bosses. And again, he's now well below fire hit points, and I've blown him up as well. So, oh, this is nice. That's we normally have bird with thorns, whose name's completely forgotten, as the first in the poacher, but having cacophony is not bad. Get that bit of defense going. But I am going to have to get some help, because I'm looking at my maths, I'm not going to be able to take him down completely. And oh, there we go, we've got an extra bit of defense here. That's nice. Not quite enough at this point, because what I'd like is to keep that shields up until I've got small birds on the screen. And there we go. Dino and Polly. Which then means that I can do keep the shields up going for 8 turns. But that's really rather a lot of attack from Dino and Polly. again, gonna need some more help here. Another feather play. But again, still not enough. Green dragon. That is a waste of a wild tile when we don't have any defense tiles in the deck. That is how the chance goes. And oh, that's nice. I like the Rubicon. And so this is one where I will just use the green dragon up just to be a filler. So there we go. So we have got build up a bit more of that defense before we take out Dino. So yeah, we're now well defended. In fact, I'll get that flight school going to get the upgrades. And get a magic ball. And yeah, again with the shields up is useful to play that sacrificial goose even when we lose a tile. Not a bad run, we've got a decent amount of strength going. Again, just we'll try and no, change your mind. If we play the Peacock's Parade, an 8 and a 9, so lose cheap trick, but means we getting that boost of defense from as many birds as possible. And yeah, not much we can do about Macawber at this point. And I think going to be handy to have the bomb going off this turn, particularly given I don't have great tiles. Being a bit frustrating here that we haven't actually managed to land any flame on the poacher at all, and he's getting pretty close to waking up. We can get rid of some of our low values so that we can draw and effectively refill our hand because there are no trapped birds. And get my defences building up again. I should have played Rubicon and Feather played round, and then we could have taken 2 count out straight away. That's always get that the wrong way around, but not too much of a problem when I take him down now. And a little bit of starting fire on the poacher, but frustrating we couldn't do that a bit earlier. But we're not doing bad in terms of followers behind us, and also in the amount of defense we've got here. Very nicely here we can use the poacher's destroy power just to take out that slot hog and get that out of the out of our hand. Boost up our defense. I'm just going to discard these low value, well, the fire tiles that I don't need to be destroyed, because that will then just, sacrificial goose will take away the one tile I don't mind losing. And help clear out my hand a bit. Build those up. Oh, that was daft. Should have at least kept a run all set. Upgrade the hand for very little. I will get the side hustle, because extra tiles is always nice. There. I don't mind poacher cleaning out like low values. Well, in fact,
fly free, little sparrow.
I always forget about the bombs going off, but yeah, 20 minutes exactly. Which is a bit of a shame, because it means we didn't finish the flight in under 20 minutes, so we're only on the Albatross flight, but otherwise not a bad score. I'm coming at second, which means somebody else was playing at the same time as we were. I should just go take a look and see who that was. Wait for it to upload the data, and then bright yellow. Sabine's a lot. Sabine's got a whole 100 more than me. We'll have to see what we can do about that in another run. But I hope you enjoyed that run. Again, quite a fun little thing. So I do enjoy peacocking a lot. I think it's a good little modifier. And if you want to know anything more about the tiles that I used, any more of the effects, then check out the Steam link below, get it on your wish list, and I will see you next time. Kia ora.